Hi guys, Hope by Jenny is here again. Watch me glam this fair skin. First of all, I go in with wiping her face. After properly wiping her face, then next I went in to spray her face. Then after spraying her face, I went in with her moisturizer. I applied her moisturizer all over her face and make sure that it's properly applied. Then next I went in with her mattifying primer on her T-zones and other parts of her area. Then next I went in with my power seal as a sweat block, not under her eyes but other parts of her face. Then next I went in with her Essence Shadow Foundation and applied all over her skin. So I use my damn beauty sponge to make sure I blend everything very well. So after properly blending, I went in to spray her face and allow it to dry. Then next I went in with her blush and make sure I blend in very well. So after blending in, I went again to apply her contour. I contour her face properly. I contour the fall of her hair. This is a cream contour. I apply it. I also apply on the part of her mouth. Then next I went in with a shade or two shades lighter than her skin of concealer and apply on the highlighted areas, including the nose parts, under the mouth, under her eyes, and make sure I use my damn beauty sponge to make sure I blend in very well. So after properly blending, I went in with the same cream contour I used for her cheek on her nose and make sure I blend very well. So after properly blending, I went in with my setting powder to set everything very well, her under eyes and other parts of her face. Then next I went in with her Artistry skin shade of powder and apply it all over her face. So I make sure I use her actual skin shade of powder and make sure it's blended very well. Then next I went in with her powder contour, the same places I applied her cream contour. Then next I went in with her blush on top of her cheekbone and on the bridge of her nose and make sure that everything is properly blended. So after properly blending, so next I went in with my cheek setting powder to set all the highlighted areas and make sure that it's properly set. So next I went in with my concealer. You can as well use your eye primer and blend in very well before applying the actual color you want to use for your eyeshadow. So this is me applying my first color and make sure I blend in very well. So I did the same thing the other side of her eyes and make sure I blend in very well. So after blending in very well, then next I went in with a transitional shade of powder of eyeshadow, and also make sure I blend everything so there won't be harsh line. So after everything I make sure I blend very well. So after properly blending and make sure that there was no harsh line, I went in to line her under eyes and her water eyes. So next I used my brow pen to comb her brows. So after properly combing her brows, I went in to draw my eyebrow and make sure I properly draw it. So this is me trying to do the first side. So if you watch this eyebrow, I didn't start from the beginning. I just started at almost close to the beginning, but not the beginning, because when it comes to eyebrow you try to make the beginning side, let it look natural, and that is what gives the natural look on the brows. So see me doing the front side to look natural, so why also shading the back side. So next after doing this, I'll make sure that it's looking natural before I can move to the other side of the eye. So see me working on the other side of the eyes after doing this first one. So this is me drawing the brows this other side. After properly drawing, I make sure I apply the same tactics I use for this other side on this other side by making the front look natural and then shading the downside. So after this, I went in with a concealer, a shade or two shades lighter than her skin under her eyes, and make sure I blend in very well. So I use her Artistry shade of powder to blend the top side of her eyes. So after doing this thing here, I also go back to the other side to do it, and after everything I blend in very well. Then next I'll be using the other shade of powder to also blend those area. I use a shade or two shade lighter under the eye, then the actual shade on top of the eye, and make sure I use my powder to blend in very well. So after properly blending in, I went in to draw my lips. First of all, I went in to line her lips. After properly lining her lips, I will now go in with the azure shade of color I wanted to use for her lips and allow her to map very well. So after everything, I went in with her contour. I also contour her nose. Then I use her actual shade of powder to blend everything together and make sure it's well blended. So next I went in to spray her face and allow it to dry. After properly drying, I make sure I reapply her blush. I went in with her highlighter on under her eyes, on her cheek, between her nose and the other side. So this is what the final look is like. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be seeing more of my videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching. Just keep watching because I'll be updating with more makeup. Bye guys.